Morning, Bill. Waiting for your hay this morning, darling. It's a bit fresh today, isn't it? Morning, Bella. Yes, honey. I'm going to get you your breakfast. Well, you've had your breakfast. I'll get you your hay. Won't be long. Do you want your hay? Yes? Yes, you do, obviously. All right, won't be long. Well, I've just given the horses their hay for the morning. See, Bella's got the outside position this morning and Billy's got the inside position. She won't be happy with that. I can imagine in a minute she's going to try and shove him around. And he's not always that willing. So bum's away. Yep, and she's going to use her big derriere to get where she wants to be. And he's going to come round. He's not a happy chappy. Here he comes. He's going to give her a hard time. Yep, here we go. Nice around. He's a very clever Brumby. He knows how to outsmart her any day of the week. If there's one thing I've learned about owning Brumbies, as I don't know whether it's just adaptation from being born in the wild and only the fittest survive or the smartest, but in terms of intelligence, Billy just rocks it. I mean, I'm not saying that Bella's dumb, but he outsmarts her just about every day of the week. If he really wants something, you know, he will think it out, manoeuvre himself around. She's much bigger than him and stronger, so she often uses her size and weight against him, whereas he uses his brain power and does a lot of theatrics. So he'll pretend that he's going to boot her or do something, which he never actually does. But I've only ever seen him really once or twice retaliate and properly retaliate. And he's won those battles. Most of the time he's really tolerant, and apart from a few hijinks like you're seeing right now, nothing serious ever happens with these two horses. You never see a mark on them. You don't see bites or kicks or anything. Most of it is just pure demonstrations of frustration or who wants what. There's constant changing in the herd dynamics. Neither one really is boss, but if it comes to things like real threats or what Billy perceives to be a real threat, he will take control immediately and Bella will submit. So they both have roles to play, and his role generally is just to be mischief maker and let's have a good time, or let's be dramatic, which is what you can see now. Bella for most of the time is just content to meander around, do her own thing. When it comes to food, she can be greedy and bossy, and so what you see here when he's not throwing hay on me, which he's now in a mood, so he's going to throw hay at me as well. She's generally pretty passive except for when she's in season. If she's in season, she can be an absolute witch. But for the rest of the time, she's pretty bloody good, and I've got no complaints really. I've got two very good horses, and they're family to us. And like I've said in previous videos, if you're considering a Brumby, please do so. But don't take on a project for the sake of taking on a project. If you want a Brumby, take them on because you want a horse for life, or for as long as you possibly can, because they're exceptional animals. They need a lot of time, a lot of commitment. You need to build trust with them. It takes a while, depending on how long they've been out in the wild for. Bill came in as a young one, so he wasn't as hard, but the older they are, the more established they are in their herds and living out in the wild. It takes a bit of time to get them to learn to trust humans, and for good reason. With all the aerial shooting going on and the culling that's constantly happening in the Kosciuszko region, you know, Brumbies have got no reason to trust humans. And like in Bill's case, he came in, he was about 1 when he was taken out of the wild. He was separated from his herd. He got a head injury on the transport because he was stuffed in with a bunch of wild horses, and he was too little to watch out for himself. And I don't know, you know, whether it was... I've got a feeling that he was smashed in the head by a man, because it's taken 5 years for him to build a really beautiful relationship with Kel. But in those first year or two, he had a lot of anger issues towards men, and with good reason, because he'd definitely been punished by a bloke and he really disliked them. But so the horse you see today, who's loving and gentle with Kel, puts up with just about everything, wasn't that horse years ago. Years ago, he would have chased Kel down in the paddock, reared up at him, would bite him, strike him, chase him out. And so nowadays you never see that, just never see that. He's really good. But, you know, you've got to be prepared. If you bring in a wild horse to your home, and a wild horse that's also been abused, don't expect miracles to happen overnight. Everything takes time and, you know, and love and patience. And also you need to have a fair bit of experience on how to deal with behavioural issues, and that's not for everybody. However, if you are interested and you don't quite have the experience, go onto the Australian Wild Brumby Association website on Facebook. There I have a lot of links to a lot of different groups, rehomers and trainers, and I'll put the link below so that anybody who wants to have a look at the group, join the group, get to understand some of the issues that are going on. Most of the main groups also post on the website, and you know, it's constantly growing, so take a look, people. And thanks for listening to me, and remember, if you want to learn more and support us, then please like and subscribe. Here we go, another little battle. And I will catch you all in a little while.